Hey, what is up guys, it's your boy Tway here, and this will be a video newest patch. Unfortunately, haven't been able to done one yet on the newest patch, but here it is. We got something brand spanking new, 2 new characters, and guess what? They start out Transcendence 5 and you get them for free. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, also for newer people. So if you guys thought or hesitated on playing this game, it doesn't get any easier than this. So here's the first announcement. On Sunday, I will be speed running once again Dark Kasel, Dark Frey, probably even Life Ray in there as well, to just check out how broken it is for newer players to start this game. So make sure to tune in for that and help me out get through like at least 10 hours of grinding to 8-26. I believe I can probably do it even within like 6. Like I'm biased. I am hella biased, but well, without further ado, let's get into some changes and how these characters will look like and how broken they are. So first, to start out, where do you get these 2 heroes? It's very easy. So if you are a newer player, you go to the story dungeon, you will get yourself 5 tickets of these, and you only need to be able to do the first 3. So if you go to For Another Salvation, if you complete this one, what you will then get is the 2 characters. Now, combined with completing the full story mode, you will then get yourself at least a unique weapon ticket and some other bonanza that will give you something nice. Another thing that they overhauled is the totally new shop. Now, this comes with several things that may or may not interest you, and one of them being the welcome back token. I'm not sure how many tokens you get, but if you then go to package, then click the welcome back part, you can buy yourself all sorts of items with these tokens. Now, there are a few who are interesting if you really decide to come back to the game, and that is this one. So you will need to have 2 tokens, but you can get yourself a event artifact, which is ridiculous. But yeah, this is all about spending money. I don't care much about that. Another interesting thing that I found was this one. So you can get a unique weapon ticket for 9k rubies, which does seem like a lot, but then again, you get a all-in-one special summon ticket as well. And if you would compare it with the equipment, then check out the unique weapon fragments at 7.5k, which means that you get almost for 1.5k a 10k pull extra. Now that seems very interesting. Another thing which is noteworthy are the new step up pulls. Now honestly, I will not be advising this for newer people. For the older people, however, that really want this outfit, you need to get all of it and then you can get the outfit. I got Frey one, and Kasel, although it looks nice, I like the original a little bit better. So with that, you can get this ticket. Supposedly these are limited, so it will cost you 45k to get these awesome outfits, but for most people, you have received a lot of rubies, so you can get this one straight away. Let's check out how these summons look, because well, I tried it. So here's a short version of it, because otherwise this video would be so massively long. And whenever I felt like I did not get lucky, I was like, nah, we gotta click some PP, because you guys know, best believe that this will grant me the ultimate luck that I need. There we go. We got Frey in the building. Yup, that's a 1. That is a 2, a 3, a 4. This is the power of PP clicking. It cannot be described otherwise. 3rd one, 4th one. We're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Now honestly, there still have been yet to be a 1, 3 or a 2 star, but I'm getting items that I want and I need, so that is super interesting. But do keep in mind, these pulls are very luck based. Right, so the 5k pulls honestly didn't give me all that much, but now you know what you should be looking at if you do want to try it. Another change that they've made is the chapter 8 and chapter 9 environmental skills within the chapters have been adjusted. I'm not sure what they mean by this, but I'm assuming everything became easier. But for the newer players, there's something easier or better even. So Dragon Raid T7 and T8 stage 1 to 3 and Dragon Ray hard mode. The monster difficulty has been adjusted. Now this was quite necessary because they have changed up the stages, but the transition from the stages like chapter 9 into then dragons into Dark Legion and everything hasn't been changed as of yet, which then means new people will hit a wall, a pretty hard one as well. So this definitely for the better. And the Shadow of Engina stage 3 has been changed now. This is a very hard stage for newer people to get into Shockmare. So the fact that they changed this, awesome. But just to check the characters out, let's see how broken they are. Honestly, I have no gear on Kasel. I got some on Frey, but let's give you guys an example on how I believe they would be interesting. So let's start off with Dark Kasel. So what makes him tick? This is a dude, he doesn't use mana anymore, but every single auto attack will grant him stacks. Now on 25 stacks, the very well known S3 that Kasel already had will then be pretty much the same. Downside is it has a pretty nasty startup. This can be mitigated, but we'll check that out in a little bit. Now he turns into Dante. Like if you guys play Devil May Cry, that's Dante's right there. But ain't gonna lie, he lost the stinger. I don't care about nothing else. So the moment the buff runs out, this is where the first skills become normal. And if you click them, nothing really happens outside of a few things. So let's read this out. So onto the S1, what you do on hit, prevent a mana recovery 2 seconds. And the nasty part is if you get, I believe, the S1 Dark, you can get it up to 4 seconds. This is, however, dispellable, but guess what? I don't think there are many people outside of Refi that have an instant dispel like that. So is it broken? I can see it being that. Now if you then do the Dark Lord, which is the S3, you will be granted an additional hit, which I will show you in a second. Now same thing goes for the S2. So this basically knocks people away, pretty great. But if you go to the Dark Lord on 15 stacks, guess what? You'll be pulling in people and blowing them away. So let's see what they look like. So first off, we got the S1, and now the third, and then at 15 stacks, pulling me, oh my god. Alright, that's pretty sick. And one thing that I haven't really shown is the passive, which then says, oh, you get this amount of attack and you can get 40 times the dark stacks. Now what does this basically mean? If you go to the S3, for every single stack you get 2000 attack and defense penetration. So this is a guy who doesn't need that much defense penetration. So if we do smash that together, he is a character that needs a lot of auto attack, not that much penetration. And well, let's see his perks for a second and check what we need to mix him with. So first and foremost, I like this one, meaning we got 10 stacks at the beginning of a fight. The S1, 10 stacks, so you can open up 0 mana, just and nobody will be giving any mana for, oh wait, 4 seconds. Really great. So if you would get this to TP95 and want to do some PvP specs, combining these two, ridiculous. Now this one is also interesting because when you have more stacks, that means your S3 gets started up faster, so for PvP that's fun. But there's also a maximum amount of stacks, and every single time that you use your S2, it then consumes all of the stacks and then turns it into attack. So I can see this one being used as well. That's pretty nice. Now the T5 Dark is nasty. Basically, normal attacks increase your own attack by 1% and damage dealt to bosses by 1% for 20 seconds, and can get us up to 30 times. So he has a 30% attack plus, and he has a 30% bossing damage. Oh, what? Like I'm not sure who's thinking of these things, but oh my lord, that is crazy. Can we find something that's even more broken on him? Wait a minute. I think we can. So we have a heal rate reduction on his unique weapon. If this doesn't scream PvP to you, I don't know what does. It has a maximum amount of stacks of 12 times, and there's a 35% chance to deal additional damage to 150%. So this is basically old Kasel's weapon, but different, but better, but crazier. What? As for the unique treasure, so basically his UT3 will amplify up the non-hero damage into the dark state. Now there's a 20-second uptime and a 25-second cooldown, which means a 5-second downtime, which can be pretty much negated by just using any artifact, any cooldown reducing character, which is crazy because if you pair this up with a hard knob, press the S3, and then you suddenly have no cooldowns on Kasel, then you have 100% uptime. What? So that's pretty crazy, and having more non-hero damage, we all know what that does. For the UT1, okay, damage increase 50% on a singular skill that you can start off with every single time, unless you get practically dispelled. Okay, and it dispels positive effects. I present to you Broken. Forgetting all about UT2, I don't even know what this does. But you basically pull people in, and the amount of people pulled in will be not one but two. That's pretty insane. And for UT4, which does seem to be one of the best ones, because you can change the number of stacks up to 90, which then means 2,000 times 19 is 18,000. Wait, 180,000 attack? What? And you get how many penetration again? Oh, 450 on top of the BS that you already get. Okay, so there's the bonkers, right? There's only one way to view this. How you will build him, I'm not sure about it. I'm not gonna main him. I'm not gonna just amplify him up. I got my chase. There's other people such as Flynn that have them already 25-star A220. Look them up. They will give you better answers than I could probably ever give you. As for the next one, my baby. Oh, she looks like with the new outfit, she looks fire. Oh, let's check the difference for a second. So this is a long skirt. We got some side hits, and you know I love me some legs. Oh. And then you look for this one. Oh, we ripped off the skirt looking scandalousy. She even got a tail. Okay, let's not get distracted and look at her skills for a second. So we got her basic S1, which says we do an X amount of healing rate increases, and afterward it explodes. And it reduces healing rate. Okay, great. So basically if we pop it, we are, whoa. AoE is nice. It looks fantastic too. And basically if you have one stack, which I will be getting into a little bit, then you will dispel enemies. So basically your frontward characters will always get hit, and if you do this on Eclipse for instance, like you will always get that stacking. I don't believe you need any dispels there unless you are PvP. Now for the S2, 4 allies hit, probably one of the biggest shields in the game. And not only do you get a shield, you get yourself attack speed by 500, and this is what it looks like. So we've seen these auto attacks, and all of a sudden, it looks better. What? And not only does it do that, no. If you are on full mana, it will dispel negative effects from self and dispels negative effects from target. So if you, for instance, open up PvP with Frey and then put a Christmas ornament on her, and mind you, these stacks will be gotten every single time that you got full mana, then you can open up this dispelling part, get yourself a massive shield, and be alive to I don't even know what to call it. Alright, so that is skill 2. Now skill 3 is ridiculous. So Heaven's Vengeance, 20 hits, all damage increase. So guys, this is not just for mages. This is not for magical DPS. This is for physical DPS as well. So that is one of the reasons why she also pairs up with Kasel so much. All right, defense penetration on the skill itself. Now you can be building her for making her do her own damage, and let's say trial of flow, make her a main DPS. Would it be that good? Nah, because the cooldown is just very obnoxious. However, I don't know. We've seen Valella already do flow 8 with Frey, so I'm sick. So, and if you have the maximum consumption, this thing will also stun. So the more mana regen that you have, it also stuns, guys. So if you have a monster's amount of MP regen, you open up this, you get yourself the shield. If you then go maximum and you do this for a second, and then that debuff immunity, I need me some stun bar depletion. Broken. So guys, can we find something more broken on her? All right, let's check it out. So first of all, we got her unique weapon, and if we check it out, okay, upon using a skill, it was 2 allies instead of 1. Okay, and that is upon using a skill. That is not an interval, which is on a normal Frey. Equal to an X amount of the attack. So on 5-star, 360% attack, and you're building her maximum attack on everything. Okay, let's read a little bit better, because every single time that you use an attack, there's that in a third defense penetration by 500. 500 defense penetration. It is wow. Anyway, we saw that Kasel skills with attack speed, right? You guys kind of noticed, I hope. But you get another 500 attack speed for just being there with Frey. Frey is that true waifu. Like, you go in the darkness, you're selling crack on the corner of the street, and she will be there with like just water, some candy for you. Like, baby, you doing okay? It's just, what? It is insane. Now let's check out some perks, because this is the So okay, T5 Dark at the beginning of each battle increases attack speed. More? So if you run Dark Kasel, right, and if you get 150 from this, if you max this out and you get another 500 from this, you are over soft cap. Over soft cap. That is massive. That is absolutely massive. Okay, let's check something more. Oh, Heaven's Vengeance reduces anti-hit mana by 200. Okay, so question mark. If you then once again put down the shield, do some dispels, then pop the S3 onto PvP, nobody will be getting mana. Now I haven't seen this being used just yet, but the fact is there are some people in the EU who are already running Frey, so there must be something good about this. Oh, but maybe I forgot about the T4 Dark. At the beginning of a battle, to one ally, highest attack, excluding self, increases the target's attack speed. So you're saying that not only do I put Kasel on 1650, it is becoming 1850 from the get-go? Yeah, okay. And you get attack equal to 7% of the Frey's attack, blah blah blah. Okay, and the effect is removable. Now that last part is always good. So just imagine that you have, which is possible, a million attack. 7% of that is 70k. That is around about like half a unique weapon to 5-star. That is pretty insane. However, chances are, if you build Frey like this, she will be stealing buffs. And then the bigger question would be, how's she getting mana? Well, I'll show you. Because the Tainted Angel says something along the lines like, oh, you receive damage, but you recover 400 mana per second. You're a priest. So you're basically having 650 mana gain by just being there. Wait a second. There's another thing. The mana recovery per second increases by 50%. But now here's another reason why this is broken. because you get also attack extra. Now this seems good on every single character, but wait, there's some more with Dark Lord Kasel. We bring him that candy, and the attack boost will be multiplied by 3 times, which means 60% attack buff, or just a 5-star. There you go. The true waifu. Alright, but there's some other ones that are interesting. So basically the S3, CC immunity, extra damage onto like the lightning stuff, and then which I believe to be one of the most interesting ones on Eclipse. And that is the Broken Angel's Egg. It is the frijoles, the nuts, So basically you have yourself a shield. The duration will be increased by getting more stars, and the attack will be increased by 30%. Now 30% attack is good on everybody, but let's check the uptime of the shield for a second. So mind you, if you get it to 5-star, there's 8 seconds on top of the wet. So you got 10-second shield, 17-second uptime, so you can have a 100% uptime on a 4-star, guys. That is ridiculous. So that's a 30% attack, permanent, no problem, and which also grants you 500 attack speed. So I'm not sure who thought of this, but it is a broken. Now we haven't seen the other UT yet. No, it's just trash. Whatever. So let's see on absolutely no gear how broken this stuff really is. So obviously I'm assuming I'm getting hurt, I'm getting hit, but wait, what is this? Why is this so broken? What the actual hell? Mind you, I got no gear besides Manticore on Kasel. Why is this a thing? The hell? Yo, this is fire. Why is this a thing? Infira, like I'm hoping I'm getting smoked. I'm hoping I'm getting smoked, because otherwise this would be massively broken. Yo, please, let's get a little bit smoked. We still got smoked, but this is 2 characters, guys, just 2 characters. There are some stages which I deem to be very fun in terms of damage testing, especially on the AoE. So we got ourselves a Frey in the building, and we're just gonna check if this does. It's not that I'm surprised, but I'm a little bit concerned, let's call it that, because I don't know how broken this would be a maximum gear. I cannot tell. I honestly cannot. But without further ado, guys, that is the newest patch. Looking forward to next week's sneak peek on Eclipse. Drop down below into the comments what you guys think about these new characters, and make sure to like, sub, and do whatever. But you guys know what the deal is. This is Twebby. Peace.